We're on board Royal Caribbean's Utopia of the Seas, the world's second largest cruise ship, and today we're going to tell you the one stateroom that's better than the rest and more affordable than a suite.
JJ Cruise.
What's going on? My name's Jared. Jordan is out filming this ship, and we are JJ Cruise. Thanks so much for joining us today. Today I'm going to tell you the good, the bad, and the one reason why the stateroom we picked is better than any other stateroom, maybe minus the suite, on board Utopia of the Seas. But before we do, please subscribe to the channel. All we do is talk about cruise news, cruise content, stories from the seas, you name it. We're traveling, we're cruising, and if you want to follow along, it's free for you to subscribe. So please subscribe to the channel, and while you're at it, hit that thumbs up. Today I'm going to tell you about our cabin, and it is a cabin that a lot of people stay away from usually. It's one that people are like, I don't know if I really want this cabin. But for us, we picked this cabin ideally to see if it really was worth the cost. And it is an affordable cabin. It's one of the cheapest balcony cabins you can get on an Oasis Class cruise ship. Now, you know that this cruise ship, Utopia of the Seas, is Royal Caribbean's largest cruise ship in the Oasis Class fleet and the world's second largest cruise ship out there. So when we got on board, we were super excited to try out for ourselves this Boardwalk view balcony. Now, if you're not familiar with Royal Caribbean's Oasis Class, there are multiple neighborhoods across the entire ship. One of those neighborhoods is the Boardwalk. The Boardwalk is usually a family-centric, all ages kind of place to enjoy, similar to a boardwalk you would get at home, maybe on the coast if you're in a coastal town. And it has everything from a carousel to an Aqua theater with an incredible Aqua theater show. On board Utopia of the Seas, that's nothing different here. And we're going to talk about the good and the bad and the one reason why our cabin choice is better than any other balcony cabin or any other cabin on this ship outside of the suites. Let's get into the good, and there is plenty to talk about the good with this Boardwalk view balcony cabin. And this is going to be the same stateroom as all the other board or balcony cabins out there, minus the location of where your balcony sits. So you can use this for ocean view balcony cabins. You can use this for Central Park view balcony cabins. If you have a balcony cabin, the good and the bad mostly apply to you as well. It's going to be the one reason at the end that's going to really make it stand out. So let's start with the good. The good, it has to be the overall design, the beauty, the lightness. We really come into this cabin and feel like it's a nice hotel room in a good way. You aren't feeling like this is dated in any ways. The color palette is nice, neutral, but also calming, which is what you want when you're at sea. Right when we walked in, we noticed immediately the amount of outlet spaces. There are 5 US outlets, 3 USB-C, 2 European, and 1 USB outlet across the room, including 2 outlets by the actual bed. Yes, on the lamp on your nightstand, there are 2 outlets. There's 1 US outlet and 1 USB-C outlet per person. So this is great. You can charge your phones, charge your devices at your bed, or if you have a CPAP machine, you won't really need that extension cord because you can actually charge it in the lamp right next to your bed. Storage is key on any cruise ship, but these are shorter itineraries, so we didn't worry too much about this. We were pleasantly surprised. This ship is built to go 7 nights or beyond. The storage is great, including under the bed for those suitcases. But one thing we noticed that was really nice are the hooks. There are actually 9 hooks throughout this cabin. That includes hooks in the shower, hooks in the bathroom, and hooks in the main cabin area. In addition to these hooks, there's a lot of drawers. There's 7 drawers in the cabinets, as well as that in the closet space. And we really love the fact that you can put away clothes and not have to see them while you're on vacation. A few other great things about this cabin: the TV is large. It's a perfect position for watching it from your bed. And another thing that we love is the actual desk space moves. So if you want to have room service in the middle of your vacation, you can move this table closer to the bed, closer to the couch, or wherever you may want to be. It also works for a desk. If you want to use it for a laptop or any type of device to watch something on, you can use it wherever you want throughout the cabin. Lastly, we have to talk about the bathroom. The bathroom is nice. It is not unlike some of the newer ships like Wonder of the Seas, but it has some things we have to highlight. One being, in particular, the shower. It is a capsule shower, which means that it's fully glass encased and plenty of room for even us that are 6 foot, 6'3" to get inside the shower and move easily without touching the walls. On top of this, you do have your footrests as well as some other basic needs that you would have, like a caddy, as well as a clothesline. Just a really good bathroom for a new ship. Now, let's talk about the bad. There are very few bads here, but we have to note them. One being particular to being on a boardwalk view balcony. Now, the sound can be a little bit more than if you were on an ocean view balcony. Obviously, you are inside of the cruise ship instead of outside of the cruise ship, so any noise in the boardwalk area does amplify. I will say that it's very light inside, so you don't have a lot of worry throughout the day of having it really loud and impacting your vacation. But it is there and it is noticeable. So if you're a light sleeper or if you're someone who doesn't like to have any noise in your cabin, maybe this might not be the right cabin for you. And lastly, for the bads, the curtains. The curtains aren't completely light tight. They do a really good job, but unfortunately at the bottom and at the top, there is a little light that comes through. So when you're waking up in the morning and it's pitch dark, you may wake up to a little bit of light coming through. Unfortunately, magnets aren't going to help a lot with this, where I know a lot of people recommend magnets. This isn't going to really help because it's at the top as well as at the bottom, not in between the curtains. So that was the good and bad, but we have to talk about the one reason why we think this is the best cabin outside of a suite on Utopia of the Seas, and that is because we have the last boardwalk view balcony cabin in the row on our deck. What does this mean? This means that our balcony actually has a view, a direct view of the Aqua Theater space. Now, I know this isn't for everyone. There are some people out there that don't care about shows, don't care about the Aqua Theater shows, but on Utopia of the Seas, Aqua 80s 2, which is the sequel to the best ever Aqua Theater show, Aqua 80s on Oasis of the Seas, is on this ship. So you can go ahead and have almost your private balcony or box seat views while standing at the railing of your balcony, looking at the show every night that it's going on. This is a huge win for someone like us who loves shows, especially the Aqua Theater shows. And you don't have to really worry about having the seats down there be getting wet, or even just having to have that rush of getting in and finding the perfect seat. Now, I will state this isn't one like the Aqua Theater suite where you can actually sit down and watch the show. Here, you will have to be up against a railing standing up, but it is plenty of space for at least 2 guests, which are most balconies anyways. And on our deck, which is deck 8, you can see it perfectly. The slide doesn't get in the way. This is something to note if you are on other decks, that the slide may have a partial view of the Aqua Theater space, but we looked and it doesn't look like the slide has as much of an impact as some of the other ships in this class. So it's really good to note if you want a great view of the Aqua Theater show without having to get an Aqua Theater suite, you can do so with a Boardwalk View balcony. You just got to book early enough. That was the good, bad, and the one thing that makes this the best stateroom on Utopia of the Seas. Let us know your thoughts below. Would you book this cabin? Is this a cabin that you have never heard of? Or have you tried this cabin out for yourself? Love it, hate it? Let us know in the comments below. We want to hear from you. And are you excited about Utopia of the Seas? It's the 2nd largest cruise ship in the world, the biggest cruise ship for the Oasis class. We want to hear what you're expecting from Utopia of the Seas. Thanks so much for joining us. Until next time, see ya.